Welcome to another lesson of English grammar. We have already discussed common and proper nouns in one of our previous lessons. Today we'll discuss two other types of nouns, which are concrete nouns and abstract nouns. All the nouns fall into one of these two categories. It means that they are either concrete nouns or abstract ones. It is vital to learn how to use both types of nouns in your written work, particularly abstract nouns, which can be quite tricky at times. We'll learn concrete and abstract nouns by comparing them with each other so that it becomes easier for you to remember them. So let's get started. What is a concrete noun? A concrete noun represents something that can be seen, touched, tasted, heard, or smelt. In other words, a concrete noun is something that you can perceive with at least one of your five senses. Concrete nouns are the easiest to understand as they are the words for things that physically exist. Therefore, the tree in your front yard, your dog, or your brother Ahmed or Ali are all concrete nouns as they can be seen. What is an abstract noun? An abstract noun is a word that does not refer to a physical object. Actually, it is a word that names something which you cannot see, hear, touch, smell, or taste. So we can't experience these nouns with our senses. In other words, we can say that an abstract noun is a quality, a concept, an idea, or maybe even an event that does not have physical existence. Let's take an example to understand this concept. Suppose if I ask you to paint the concept of liberty, can you do that? It won't be possible for you to draw liberty, but you might be able to draw something that represents liberty. The reason is the word liberty is an abstract concept. It does not have physical existence. On the contrary, if you're told to draw a pen, a flower, or a cat, you can readily do that as they are the concrete nouns. They are tangible things that we can see or touch. Let's have a look at the examples of concrete and abstract nouns. Hats, doors, ship, river, vegetables, all of these are concrete nouns, while justice, bravery, beauty, sadness, joy are abstract nouns. Look at these sentences. The dog jumped over the fence. My mom's birthday is in summer. Here the words dog and fence are concrete nouns, whereas birthday and summer are abstract concepts. We can see dog and fence as they are the concrete nouns, but birthday and summer season are abstract concepts. Let's have a look at some more examples of concrete nouns. People, animals, objects, and places belong to the category of concrete nouns. Examples of people can be a man, woman, dentist, or professor. Animals might be a dog, cat, or an elephant. Objects can be a clock, book, computer, or pizza. Places and geographical features can be mountains, valleys, countries' names as France or Pakistan. If we look at this picture, we can see various concrete nouns over there as well. We can see a table, chair, lamp, boy, pencil, books, and mug. All of them are tangible things that we can perceive through our senses, so they are concrete nouns. The following lists contain different types of abstract nouns. Get to know them and it will be easier for you to spot an abstract noun when you see one next time. We have already discussed that abstract nouns are things that we can only imagine or think of. Feelings, states, emotions, qualities, concepts, ideas, and events are intangible. Your emotions are also abstract. So, your anger, happiness, and excitement are abstract nouns. Let's take the word bravery out of these examples. It is an abstract noun. You can see James, water, and crowd, but you cannot see bravery itself. Nor can you use your ears, nose, tongue, or fingertips to experience it, for bravery has no color, size, flavor, or texture. Any noun that escapes your five senses is an abstract noun, so this word is an abstract noun as well. Concrete nouns can also be proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, countable or uncountable nouns. For instance, the words man and dog are common nouns, but they are concrete nouns as well, as you can see them and touch them. They are physical. Likewise, the words sugar and cheese are uncountable nouns, but they are concrete nouns as well. Abstract nouns, on the other hand, can be common and uncountable nouns only. For instance, common nouns beauty and happiness are abstract nouns too. Now we'll see how abstract nouns are formed from different parts of speech. Abstract nouns are derived particularly from concrete nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Let's have a look at some examples. You can see the word child is a concrete noun, but if we add the suffix hood with it, it converts into an abstract noun, childhood. Similarly, the word author and neighbor can be changed into abstract nouns by adding the suffixes ship and hood. So they become authorship and neighborhood. Abstract nouns are mostly formed by adding various suffixes. Suffixes are the groups of letters that are added to the end of the word to form new words. Have a look how verbs can be converted into abstract nouns. The verb behave becomes behavior as an abstract noun. Know changes into knowledge, grow into growth, neglect into negligence. And here are some adjectives that have been changed into abstract nouns. Bravery from the adjective brave, happiness from happy, wisdom from wise, honesty from honest, kindness from kind. I hope by now you have a clear understanding of how most of the abstract nouns are formed. All you have to do is practice a bit and keep doing that for a while, and you'll be good at it. Abstract nouns can sometimes be used as concrete nouns, but this depends on the context. For example, my next work of art will require some hard work. No one would argue that the first work in this sentence is a concrete noun because it is referring to a piece of art. However, the second work has been used as an abstract noun. In order to identify the correct part of speech, context is very important, but a better understanding of abstract nouns will make these types of distinctions easier for you. Sometimes abstract nouns may be difficult to identify because they can be confused as adjectives. Here are some clues to verify that the word in question is indeed a noun, specifically an abstract noun and not an adjective. If the abstract noun in question is in a prepositional phrase, you can verify that it's a noun. See the example? When they were younger, they lived in poverty. Poverty is within a prepositional phrase, in poverty. Therefore, we can verify that it's a noun as prepositions are followed by an object, which is always a noun. Another clue to identify is if the abstract noun in question immediately follows an article, that is a, an, or the, you can verify that it is a noun. See the example? The happiness of the children was evident through their roaring laughter at recess. Word happiness follows definite article the, so it is a noun. Abstract nouns are difficult to identify sometimes because certain English words can function as more than one part of speech. Look at these examples. I fear storms. Here the word fear is a verb. The horror movie filled me with fear. The word fear is an abstract noun over here. Here is another example with the word sleep. I sleep 8 hours each night. Sleep is a verb in this sentence. Sleep is important for good health. In this sentence, the word sleep is an abstract noun. Abstract nouns might be associated with concrete nouns. Here are some examples. Sorrow versus tears. Sorrow is an abstract noun referring to a state of sadness, whereas tears is a concrete noun that refers to something that can be sensed. Tears are salty, watery, moist, etc. Another example, birthday versus cake. Birthday is an abstract noun that refers to a day of the year when someone was born, whereas a cake is a concrete noun referring to a thing that can be seen, touched, smelled, and tasted. Practice makes a man perfect. So here is a small exercise for you to apply your knowledge of concrete and abstract nouns. What you need to do is you're supposed to circle the noun if it is a concrete noun and underline the noun if it is an abstract one. The nouns are already in bold. He was given an award for his courage. So the word award and courage are the nouns here. The word award is a concrete noun because you can perceive it through your senses, whereas the word courage is an abstract noun. The door slammed shut. The word door is a concrete noun. She thought that happiness was the most important thing in life. So the word happiness, thing, and life are abstract nouns. He dropped his phone with a crash. The word phone is a concrete noun. Higher education is strongly recommended. The word education is an abstract noun. His art teacher applauded his creativity. The word teacher is a concrete noun, whereas the word creativity is an abstract noun. That's all for today. Keep on watching our videos to learn English language and grammar in a holistic way. And remember, learning from home can be difficult, but it's definitely achievable.